All right, ladies and gents, we are going to try to get this
All right, ladies and gents.
Facebook Live rolling.
All right, ladies and gents. Facebook Live rolling. All right, ladies and gents. Facebook Live rolling. All right, ladies and gents. Facebook Live rolling. All right.
All right, we're trying to get a full view of the board so we can see the whiteboard there. Let me know if y'all put a one in the chat if you can hear me okay. If there's a lot of feedback, put a two in the chat. Okay, put a one in the chat if you can hear me okay, and put a two in the chat if there's a lot of feedback. Okay, perfect, 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 perfect. And so what we're going to have to do is just because of the limitations of, Facebook Live, and I have two whiteboards. One is really, really wide and wouldn't fit all the way in the camera so you can see it. This one's going to be more narrow and you can see the numbers per se that we're talking about. So it's not going to be very aesthetic, but the information should come across to you in the way that we see fit. Okay, so if you give me a second, we'll get that going. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the pay plan. We're going to take the pay plan line by line, and this is going to be a part one of two. So we'll do one part today. We'll do another part tomorrow, and the one today is going to be for GoDesana. The one tomorrow is going to be for HBN. And the reason that we're doing it that way is the reason that we're doing it that way is because if you understand one of the comp plans, if you understand HBN, you understand 80% of the GoDesana pay plan. Conversely, if you understand the GoDesana pay plan, you automatically already understand 80% of the HBN pay plan. So as we do, uh, more things of that nature, you'll really understand both opportunities. And there's some really exciting things coming, coming down the pipe with that. That being said, let me open up with one really, really special announcement. Okay, super, super special announcement for those of you who haven't seen the emails yet. There's a new program that actually just dropped with HBN. Very, very excited about it, and this is going to be the Fresh Start program. And this program is going to be an opportunity for anyone who is currently inactive. Okay, you may have stopped building the business for a while, and all your volume's gone, and this, that, or a third. For a limited time, there is going to be an opportunity for people who are inactive members of HBN will have the opportunity to reactivate their accounts with as little as 25 BV, and their account will become reactive. And the company, I don't know how, wow, the company is going to put the volume back that they missed. Okay, the volume that they lost, the company will return that volume to them as basically a sign of good faith. It's the most incredible. No company in the history of network marketing has ever done this. So for those of you who have some team members who were here and then they were like, oh, I need to, I got distracted. I tried some other opportunities that didn't work. The Fresh Start program is specifically designed to reward those people with the opportunity, a limited time only opportunity to come back and really not miss out on anything that they had. I've never seen a company do this. I've never seen an owner actually care enough about people to do this. I've never seen a company willing to put this type of money back on the table after the money's been taken off the table because people went inactive. So you may be watching this, you may be watching the recording going, man, I'm still getting these HBN emails and recordings. I just saw those new people who made $500. I saw those people. They posted that made $5,000. I saw the people that made the 20 and the 25,000. I saw the new people yesterday that hit 50 and 75,000. I joined before them. If I would have just stayed around and worked the system, I would have got awarded that $75,000 and things like that. If you're the type of person who feels that way, this program is specifically to you to kind of get back in the game. It's okay, no hard feelings. Life happens to everybody, but we really want people who trusted us enough to join HBN some months and even years ago. This is your opportunity to get back in the game like you never left, and the company is going to uh, put back the volume that got flushed, which has never been done before in the history of network marketing. So I'm sure Coach Marcus is going to do some coaching and teaching on that, either on his in the group or his Facebook channel. Somewhere he's going to do it because this is Coach Marcus. He's an incredible coach and teacher. But I just wanted to put that out there so that people really understand you do have a chance to get a do-over here with HBN. We've never seen anything like that. And if you're active here, you know that you have some people, when you log into your back office and you see the people who are inactive or who may have left, you have an opportunity to reach out to them with arguably the most incredible offer of this type that's ever been offered by any company in network marketing history. So it's amazing. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive through the pay plan. We're going to start off with GoDesana today. We'll be doing HBN tomorrow. And again, if you understand one, you understand 80%, if not more, of the other. Okay. And the only reason I'm not on camera right now is because just the way the tripod is, you'd be basically talking to my shoulder, and that would just be kind of weird for aesthetics. So, just humor me on that, okay? So the first part of the GoDesana pay plan, the part that we're going to talk about, is going to be the MRP. Okay, the MRP program at GoDesana stands for Member Rewards Program. It's absolutely phenomenal. And every single 90-day period that you're on auto ship, regardless of the auto ship amount, you are going to get increasingly large amounts of money back toward the purchase of free product, which is amazing. So your first 1 to 3 months, let me see if we can do this and try to manage the cameras there. Let's see if we can somehow make this work. Let's see. I have no idea. We just making it work out here today. All right. I think there's a little bit of delay on the Facebook Live. I'm not sure, but we'll see. So the first part is going to be MRP. Okay, that's the first thing we're going to talk about. I'm not seeing, maybe it's not catching up on my side. Maybe there's a little bit of a delay. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is still good. I'm not sure if it's a delay or why it is. We just want to double check and see. Okay, but MRP is going to be the first part. And for your first 90 days, okay, it's going to be broken down like this: 1 to 3 months, okay. Then you're going to have the next piece is 4 to 6, 4 to 6 months, okay. Months 7 through 9, months 10 through 12, okay. And these are all going to be months. Then you have months 13 through 15. And last month 16 and beyond. Okay. Now your first 3 months, let me make sure that was still that this is still visible. Okay. Your first 3 months, you are going to be getting 5% toward the cash back of products. Now I know it's not a whole lot amount, but most companies don't give anything away for free. Okay. But then after your first 90 days, that amount is going to go up, and that amount is going to go up to 10%. Okay, so now you're basically getting 10% of your product back. So if you get a 100 BV order, you're going to be getting $10 back every time that particular auto ship happens. The next month, that amount is going to go up to 15%. And now we're cooking with gas. The next 3 months, if you've been on auto ship for a year, okay, regardless of the amount, you're going to be up to 20% cash back on your products. Then it goes to 25%. And then last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, if you're here for 16 months, All right, 16 months and beyond, you're going to be getting 30% back toward each product. Now, why is this very important? Okay, this is going to be very, very important. Okay, because you can use this money different ways. For example, Eve said right there in the chat that she is at 25%. She is saving to get herself that sandalwood oil. The sandalwood oil is one of our most expensive oils, which is, I think, a little bit over 60 some dollars. I know because I buy it and I love it. And it's incredible. Okay. In fact, a funny sandalwood fact, there's a PubMed.gov article specifically about sandalwood oil, and the doctors and researchers in that article said that anyone who truly understood how special sandalwood was could build $1 million business just with sandalwood oil. And again, this is from PubMed.gov. This isn't even a network marketer saying this. These are scientists and researchers talking about sandalwood oil. So it's amazing. And because of our MRP program, Eve is going to get that sandalwood oil for free. Okay. Now, here's another part that's very interesting about the MRP. Let's say, for example, I know one young lady, she had over $400 accumulated in MRP. Okay. So what she did was she went and bought products with that and then went to a like a farmer's market type event like a lot of our reps do. And no matter how much she sold those products at, everything was profit because the products were free. Okay, so because the products were free, she could sell the products at 10, 20, 30, 40, $50, even if they cost 100, because they were free for her. That's all going to be profit. Okay, so just understand that if you understand the power of our products in retailing the products and how in demand these products are, you can use the MRP program to leverage your auto ship with either company. Okay, but this is with GoDesana, and she got a lot of soap and a lot of deodorant. Okay, and so that was free. Another thing that somebody could do, they could allow the MRP points to accumulate, and once you get up to a certain point, you can start to purchase things for free that you would normally have in your home or want to give away as gifts. So people who are with us for a while, they know that our Christmas presents are coming from the Green Organics family of companies. My whole family, everybody knows if you get a gift from me, it comes from Green Organics companies. But what they don't know is the gift didn't cost me anything, no matter how nice it is. I get it for free with our MRP program. It's absolutely phenomenal. Okay. So now we're going to move on, and we're going to move on from the MRP standpoint, and we're going to go to very quickly the retail profit side of it. And retail is going to be 30%. All right, it's going to be 30%, and that is going to be for people who just purchased the product on the retail side, and these are going to be people who do not want to, participate in the business opportunity side of things, which is obviously totally fine. Have no problem with that at all. What we typically notice is most customers are going to opt for the wholesale version of products, even if they don't want to build the business, but they are going to opt for the wholesale side of it because they get a cheaper price and they are under no obligation to be on auto ship and they're under no obligation to build the business. They just want a better price. So we don't see a lot of use of the retail profit links because why would you not want a better price for your customer, and why would they not want a better price for themselves with no obligation to be on auto ship and no obligation to build a business? Now, the next part that we'll cover is going to be the revenue sharing pools. All right. Now, this can be a little bit complex for people who have never been a part of a network marketing company with the pay plan that's aggressive, but we are going to go ahead and make that as clear as possible for you. Okay. So this is going to be revenue share. And if you have any questions, feel free to put the questions in the chat simply because there's a delay on Facebook Live. So I don't see your question when you post it. It's typically a little bit of a delay there on the Facebook Live. No worries there though. Okay, a little bit of a delay. All right. So the next thing that we're going to be covering is the revenue share. Now the revenue share is going to have several pieces to it. I'm going to write these down first, and then we'll talk about how it works. This is build and earn And then we're going to have one more. Then we're going to have bronze. And again, this is going to be on the GoDesana side. Tomorrow, I'll be detailing the HBN side for you, okay? Which is a little bit more complex, but if you understand this one, you understand the other one, okay? And I think the middle one is a team build and earn. Team B and E. That doesn't stand for breaking and entering. Stands for team, build, and earn. Now, this is going to be very unique. So, what this is basically going to be, this particular part of the pay plan is going to be an opportunity for people who are building a team to participate in the global growth of the entire company, even if your team isn't all encompassing, which no one's is. So let me just explain. Okay, so the company gets global revenue on a monthly basis. This is now actually paid out on a weekly basis. But basically, the company is going to look at 10% of the gross revenue, not the net. They're going to look at the gross revenue, 10% over the previous week. Okay, and then they're going to divide up. They're going to take 10% of that. All right, 10%. They're going to put that on the side, and that 10% is not going to go into the pockets of the company. Okay, that 10% is going to go back to the people who are currently building a team or who have already established teams and are maintaining their rank. Okay, so the first part of it is going to be 2%. All right. And some of you have gotten paid this in your back office and you didn't even know what it was. All right. So on Monday, you are going to see a payout, some of you, for every person or every customer that you've acquired or every person that you sponsored. You're going to see your share of 2% paid out that following Monday. All right. Well, Will, I didn't sponsor anybody last week, but I sponsored somebody a month ago, and that person sponsored 15 people last week. Okay, well, that means you're going to qualify for the team build and earn, which I look at more of as a coaching bonus. For example, if Coach Marcus sponsored me a month ago, he would have got one share in the build and earn pool the following Monday. However, if I sponsor 100 people, Coach Marcus is going to get 100 shares of the team build and earn. Okay, he's going to get 100 shares of the team build and earn, and that is 2% of the company's gross profit from the previous week. All right. But if I personally sponsor 100 people, I'm going to get 100 shares of the build and earn. But if they don't have any duplication or if they're all customers of mine, I'm going to get 0 shares that week of the team build and earn. So these two bonuses are basically designed specifically to reward people who are actively acquiring customers of any CV amount 5 or above, or people who are actively recruiting new team members of any amount, 5 VV or above, or doing both. Okay, so just understand those bonuses are designed so that people who are building their team can share in the success of other teams in the company, even if they're not directly attached to those other teams. Okay, so put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. We'll go ahead and put that a 1 in the chat. Okay, now the next stuff, the next particular things, all right, are going to be, the next things are going to be based on rank. Okay, based on rank achievement. And we've had 2 new diamonds yesterday at GoDesana. I want to congratulate Charlotte Whitaker and her fantastic daughter, Kenya Wooden, for really putting the work in to become the newest diamonds at the Green Organics family of companies. Okay, I think we have close to 20 diamonds close to across both companies. When we first joined the Green Organics family of companies in 2019, we had 0 diamonds actually in the whole company. so we're doing great. People are getting it figured out. So a person who achieves the level of bronze with GoDesana and maintains that level on a weekly basis is going to receive a share of 1% of the company's profits, the gross revenue. Now, if you add these numbers up, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, another 2 is 10, that is going to be the 10% that the company is sharing. Okay. If and a bronze is going to be a person that GoDesana who has 2 customers or distributors personally sponsored to them within a 30-day period. For a person who's a silver, that person is going to get a global revenue share they're going to get a share of the silver pool, 1%. They're going to get a share of that on a weekly basis, but they're also going to get a share of the bronze pool, and they're also going to get a share of the build and earn pool if they sponsored anyone that previous week, and they'll get a share of the team build and earn pool if the people that they sponsored anybody the previous week. So silvers are going to see an additional share, and to become a silver, you simply have to be you have to have 10 customers or distributors within a 30-day period. Okay, and they can be as little as 5 BV, but we've seen some people on a monthly basis that are purchasing on auto ship over 150 BV, some 200 BV. And then we have the occasional individuals that I've personally seen in the organization purchasing over 400 BV a month in products, some 700 BV a month in products, the doctor's offices and the pharmacists and the massage therapists. So just imagine if those individuals have to be, if they're in your organization, okay, because you're building a team, even if you didn't personally sponsor them, that's going to be a very nice chunk of change for really exposing this business to professionals who really, really love what we do and the quality of products. It's not for everybody, but it's for a whole lot of people. Okay. Now, next up, you're going to see the gold pool. Now, the gold revenue share is going to be different, and the gold revenue share is going to be something that pays out 1%, okay, of the company's total revenue to the golds. And there's a lot less golds than there are silvers and bronzes, so the shares of the gold pool are going to be larger, okay? And a gold is going to be someone who within a calendar month, okay, has personally sponsored or enrolled or acquired a combination of 25 customers or distributors. So it doesn't matter. We have a young lady who went diamond who literally in a 30-day period using social media and the phone acquired 100 customers and she became a diamond. We have another gentleman, an individual who literally sponsored, I think it was 80 or 90 business builders, but only had about 10 customers, but had a lot of people that he recruited to become diamond who want to build the business because he's a networker. And they both are diamonds, and they both got equal shares of the diamond pool. Okay, so with gold, it's sponsoring 25 customers and or distributors or any combination of that. Okay. Next up, we have platinum. Platinum's a very, very exciting rank. We have several people that hit that level. I think Derek Jamat either just hit platinum or is about to. And platinum is going to be an incredible rank where if you have 50 people personally sponsored within a 30-day period, you'll be a platinum and you'll get a share of the platinum pool, okay, that week, which will also get a share of the gold pool, the silver pool, and the bronze pool by default. Okay, so that's very exciting. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have the diamond pool, which is going to be 2% of the company's revenue, and that 2% is going to be reserved, paid out on a weekly basis to the people who have achieved and maintained the level of diamond, like Kenya Wooden and Charlotte Whitaker just did yesterday, I believe it was. Very exciting times because a diamond is automatically going to get a share of platinum, gold, silver, and bronze. And because there aren't too many diamonds active across the entire company, there's less diamonds than platinums. The diamond pool is going to be the largest pool. Now, here's something I want to share with you. Well, Will, a couple of things. We find it very, very difficult to believe or understand that we could ever sponsor 25 people and maintain that in a calendar month. Well, I can tell you, don't feel that you can't do that, because whether or not you think you can or think you can't, you're right. But other people have already done it. Now, here's the thing. The only difference between those other people, okay, between those other people and you is going to be that those people have a certain mindset toward being successful in this business, and they have a certain skill set, okay, in this business. If you had the mindsets and the skill sets of a diamond, you would already be a diamond. So you would take actions like a diamond would. So don't think it can't be done. Almost 20 people have done it, if not a little bit more than 20 have done it. You can do it should you so choose to do it. Here's another thing. Well, I don't know how to do it. I understand. You didn't know how to tie your shoes when you first started wearing shoes, now did you? But you learned. Was it easy? No. You tried and failed many, many times. But over time, you eventually acquired the skill of tying your shoes, didn't you? But it took effort. You know how to walk. When you were first born, for probably the first several months, a year of your life, you didn't know how to walk. You started to learn how to walk. You failed many, many, many times, but you saw other people doing it. And you said, you know what? I can do it. I'm not going to quit trying to learn how to walk. You acquired a new skill, and now you've been able to reward yourself with mobility for probably your whole life. Okay. It's the same thing with becoming a bronze or a silver or a platinum or a gold or a diamond with the company is you're going to have to acquire new skills. Just like you had to learn how to drive a car, you have to learn how to build a network marketing business. But don't worry, the same way you had a mentor and a coach, maybe a parent or a driving instructor to teach you how to drive a car, and you had a parent or a grandparent or a brother or a sister to teach you how to tie your shoes, you have mentors and coaches here who are ready, willing, and able, okay, to help you acquire the skills you need, okay, to become successful. And so don't ever think that you can't do it because you don't know how yet. You can always learn like we all did. Nobody was born a top earning network marketer. We were born babies. And over time, we decided that that's what we wanted to be. And the last thing I'll tell you before we move over to the daily fast start, okay, the daily fast start is that, ladies and gentlemen, very few companies in the world are going to share global gross revenue with business partners. Okay, I hate to break it to you. Walmart's a multi-billion-dollar company, but I can tell you what they don't do on a weekly basis. They do not take 10% of their profit and put it on the side for their highest performing stores. They may throw them a pizza party. Okay, they may give them an award on a little plaque, and you'll see their picture at the front of the store, but they are not sharing millions, if not billions of dollars with the people that are helping Walmart become the greatest retail chain in the history of the world. Same with Amazon, same with McDonald's, same with the Lamborghini dealership. The global profits of the companies are not being shared with the people who make the company great, be it workers or managers or whatever. They just as stressed out as anybody. But with this particular company, with the Green Organics family of companies, with GoDesana and HBN, you have the ability to share in the global growth of the company. If the company opens up a new country, okay, they open up in Sweden and the company starts building in Sweden, your team may not be in Sweden, but that money from Sweden is going to go into the profit participation pool, and you're going to get a piece of that money from Sweden, even though that wasn't your team. So all you have to do to share in the global growth of the company, okay, the planetary growth of the company, all you have to do is focus on building your team where you are and how you can. And oh, I gotta build a team over in South Africa when they launch over there. Well, you could, or you could build where you are and you will still share in the profit. Just build your team, focus on your rank advancements, and the money will find you. Now, let's talk about the Daily Fast Start Commission. This is probably my favorite, honestly, my favorite part of the pay plan, just because it's so unique, so different than anything we've ever seen with any company ever. And this is going to be daily. Okay, so let's be very, very clear about what Daily Fast Start means, okay? Because this is amazing, all right? Now, the daily fast start is going to be 25% of the volume. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to break it to you. Most companies in network marketing, even HBN, are going to have some type of a limit on the fast start commissions. Okay, now most companies, I'm going to tell you what they do. Most companies are going to allow you to enroll new team members. They are going to allow you to sponsor customers. But at most companies, if that person orders a second time, you will not get the fast start again, okay? You will probably get volume or some other type of compensation, all right? At HBN, it is going to be very, very different than that in a good way, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. But let me talk about right now the greatest fast start in network marketing history. Okay? Every time someone orders a product from you, no matter if it's on auto ship or not, if you personally sponsored that person or you personally acquired that customer, they could go inactive, come back and buy a product 10 years later. You are going to see 25% of the commissionable volume of that order paid out to you daily. Okay, so we have, for example, we'll just use one of our kits for easy math. We have a kit that's, I think, like 117 bucks. It's really, really good. We have several kits. but that $117 is going to carry with it 100 BV. Okay, it's going to carry with it 100 BV. Will, what about the $17? Well, the company's got to make their profit. Settle down there, bucko. You don't want the company to close now, do you? The company's got a profit. They got bills to pay. They got salaries to pay. They have utility bills and so much more. Okay, they got to make the products. I mean, come on, let's be real. So my point is, you're going to have that 100 BD order. It's going to cost them around 117 bucks. Okay, can be a little bit less, can be more. Just depends on what they order. And you're going to get $25 profit from that sale. Okay, now remember, you're going to get the share in the revenue pool as well. So this is just one of the many ways you get paid, and you can add all of these different ways that we're getting paid. You can add all this stuff up. Okay, but you're going to get that 25%. If they order again next week, you're going to get another 25% of whatever they order. If they order $10 worth of product, that's $2.50 for you. If they order $200 worth of product, that's $50 for you. If it's on auto ship, you still get paid. If it's not on auto ship, you still get paid. If they happen to order $1,000 worth of product, that's $250 for you. If they order 90 months from now, guess what? Still 25% for you. And every time they order, you're going to get paid daily. So if you got a bill to pay tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, I recommend that you focus on retailing the products and signing people up as distributors, because you're going to get paid that 25% today. You can pay that bill tomorrow. You don't have to do like your job and wait 2 weeks. Well, I don't know how to recruit people. Well, I highly recommend you start plugging into the video training library, which is located for you within the Facebook groups as well as on YouTube and various Zoom recordings, so you can acquire those skills as fast as possible. Don't worry about watching 3 hours worth of football tonight. You should more so focus on studying for 3 hours and getting this business figured out so you can pay that car off and get rid of that car note. How about that? All right. So you are going to get 25% daily fast start forever. It's amazing. It's the only company I know currently doing it like that. But just to put that in perspective, ladies and gentlemen, imagine if you worked at a car dealership and someone came and bought a car from you. Now, the car salesman might get $2,000 up front or $500 up front, or depending on the price of the car. But just imagine that every time you sold a car, you would get not just 25% of the price of the car, give or take, up front. You would get 25% of the car note every month that it was paid out, the person paid the car note. So if you got people with $400 car notes and you sell a bunch of cars, you're going to be getting $100 on every single car note, okay, for the rest of your career. Just imagine that, all right? Just imagine the long-term residual income. That is the same principle. Well, I really wish something like that was possible. It is possible. It's possible here. Every time somebody I know buys soap or they buy essential oils, because we don't wear colognes no more, that stuff. We found out that the chemicals in colognes aren't very good, so we use essential oil blends. We smell amazing. People are using black seed oil instead of these multivitamins that don't even work. Every time people are buying soap or deodorant and things of that nature, skincare, I'm getting paid 25% every single time. Okay, just like a car salesman would if he's getting 25% of the car note every month when people pay the car note. So just understand the power of residual income in any other industry. All right, it will be absolutely phenomenal across the board. Okay, now the next thing we're going to go cover too is going to be the community revenue bonus. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually pretty difficult for people. Okay, however, this is going to be toward the end of this particular call. We have only 2 parts of the pay plan left to cover. All right, and I can tell you what you've already seen, especially the fast start and the profit sharing. Just imagine, okay, that you put the work in and that you decide to be a top tier rep. And what does that mean? A top tier rep, before I talk about the community revenue share, let me explain to you. When you become a member with the Green Organics family of companies, ladies and gentlemen, there are going to be 3 doors that you can walk to. Door 1, door 2, and door 3. Okay? Door 1 is going to be the type of individual when they join a company that they are actually going to not affect the company in any way. They're not going to make the company better. They're not going to make the company worse. They're probably going to do a little bit, then they're going to quit, and that's okay. But they're not going to do anything that damages the reputation of the company, but they're certainly not going to make it better either. Then you have a type of rep, okay, who walks through door two, and you got to walk through one of these doors when you join. You got to walk through one of them. That particular rep, see the little sad face there? That particular rep is going to be a rep who either on accident or on purpose truly negatively impacts the company. Okay, they are going to negatively impact the company. They're not going to build. They're going to embellish. They're going to use medical claims with no disclaimers. They're going to use income claims and claim that they made money they haven't even made. They're going to tell people that it's so easy. You don't have to do anything. You'll make $1,000,000 tomorrow. They're going to do things. Then they're going to quit because none of that stuff works in real life. The truth is always good enough. It does take work. We know that. But then they're going to leave and try to badmouth the company on the way out the door and try to blame the company. Okay. Try to blame the upline. Try to blame the leadership. Everybody they're going to blame except themselves. Okay. That is going to be a door number two type person. You don't want to be that. Hopefully. And then last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, you have door number three. This is going to be a top tier person. This is going to be a person who joins the company and positively impacts the company. This is going to be a person who makes the company better off than when that person joined. Okay, that's something that you really want to aspire to be. Now, why do I mention that? I mention that because you definitely want to be a door number three person, but even if you're not, and there are door number three people here, top tier leaders, which there are, and we decide to grow the company up into the hundreds of millions, if not the $1 billion level over time, guess what? You still get to benefit because you still get your shares of the global profit participation pool that we covered earlier. Okay, so even if you're not a tier three, top tier builder and you're just kind of a door one person, you're just kind of trying to figure this thing out slowly but surely, you still get to benefit from all the results of what it is we do. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for this next piece, what I would like you to do is to understand that you'll have to probably watch this portion more than one time. Okay, more than one time. This is going to be the only part of the pay plan that I ever consider complex. All right, but if you understand this, you'll understand everything. Okay. Now, this is going to be called in the back office. You can actually go to GoDesana.com and see this entire pay plan. This is going to be called the 2x15 Community Revenue Bonus. This is paid out every Monday. Let me ask, who on the chat right now? Let me see. Who on the chat right now? Let me see. Has ever been paid on a Monday? Okay. How many people have seen what we call Make Money Mondays? How many people have been paid on a Monday? I know I have. Let me see how many people on the chat, okay, have been paid on a Monday. Who's made some of that good matrix money on a Monday? Let's see. There we go. I'm seeing the me's in the chat. Yeah, we love Monday. People don't like Mondays, and man, I don't get it. I do not get it. We love Mondays, okay? That being said, in addition to your daily pay that you get whenever you enroll someone or whenever their order goes through, you also get weekly pay here, like the revenue share pool we just talked about, but you're also going to get additional weekly pay. That's going to be on Monday. So let's talk about it, okay? Now, as I talk about this, I'm going to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, all right? I'm going to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to answer these 4 questions for me. And if you can answer these 4 questions truthfully, honestly, in the affirmative, you will be qualified to make as much money as you want to in the GoDesana or tomorrow, as you see, the HBM pay plan or both if you're really smart. Okay, so here's going to be question number 1. Let me write up on this side of the board over here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you wanted to, okay, could you, and I'm going to ask the exact same questions tomorrow, could you become what we call a product of the product, and could you buy $100, 100 BV worth of product on a monthly basis and not have it break the bank? Okay, and not have it break the bank. And I'm going to put right there 100 BV. Okay, product of the product. I'm going to write it right there. And the reason I'm going to write it right there is because I want you to ask yourself, can you do that? Okay, can you do that and have it not break the bank? Now listen very clearly. If $10 or $20 or $100 for products that you're already going to buy anyway, is going to break the bank. I'm going to make a very controversial statement for you. Network marketers just do not like to shoot you straight, but I'm going to do it because this is what you need to hear, maybe not what you want to hear. Okay. If you cannot afford $100 of product, okay, on a regular basis and not become homeless, not have it break the bank, I'm glad you're here with us. I'm glad that you're learning how to build a business, but you're going to probably need a part-time job because starting a business is not for people who are destitute. Starting an online business doesn't really go well for people who are homeless. With very few exceptions, I happen to personally know two people who were homeless at some point who became incredibly successful in network marketing, but there's always a great story behind the story. But I can tell you, uh, at some point as an adult, you want to have at least $100 for you to do with what you want to do. Now, if you can't do that, it's okay. You can always start at a smaller level and you can make money, save money, okay, and then go ahead and upgrade. But for the purposes of example, for this particular example, I want to use 100 for easy math. It's going to be easy for you to comprehend it. And let me see, how many people are already on 100 BV auto ship? Let me see. I know not everybody, and that's okay. You don't have to be. But let me just see, do we have any people who are already on 100 BV auto ship? This is really going to speak to y'all more than anybody else, okay? It's going to speak to everybody, but I want to see who in the chat is on 100 BV. There we go. Okay, yeah, bunch of people. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm not talking crazy. All right, y'all got it. Now, this is just an example. And once I show you exactly what the amount of your check would be, I want you to understand if that's what it is at 100 BV, if you duplicate that. If you're at 10 BV, it's okay. I just want you to take that amount and you're going to simply chop it by 90%. If you're at 50 BV, I want you to look at that amount and then I want you to the 100 BV amount and then you just cut it in half. So the reason I'm using 100 BV is because it's the easiest way for you to learn how to calculate your check. And we're just using income projections here. I'm not making any income claims. We've made this amount and more, obviously, but we want you to just see how it works. So the first step, 100 BV, and you would use the products on a monthly basis. Now, I'm also be very upfront. 100 BV is not the most popular program that we have for business builders. The 50 BV is actually the most popular that we have. It's the most bang for your buck for most people. But to really get everything out of the pay plan and to make the most, I don't think there's anybody in the company who's made more than $20,000 or $25,000 who's not at 100 BV. Okay, so sometimes if you're wondering why you've made some money but not enough, sometimes you don't have to look any farther than this first part. So become a product of the product at 100 BV. The second question I'm going to ask you is, are you willing to learn a few basic skills? Okay, are you willing to learn a few basic skills? And the reason I say that is because, again, we got to shoot you straight. We do not ever want to be the type of network marketers or the type of business coaches or whatever you want to call us today, whatever the flavor of the month is. We don't want you to think that you can get involved in a profession and any opportunity where you can make this amount of money. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a profession. Some of us make more than your doctor. Okay, some of us make more than your lawyers. Okay, some of us make more than college professors and or deans. This is a profession. Okay, some network marketers make more than professional athletes in the NBA or the NFL. Coach Marcus makes more than a lot of NFL players that are at the league minimum or the rookie entry contracts. Coach Marcus makes more money than several NFL players that you know. Not all, clearly, but enough of them. Okay, just understand, people in network marketing, some of us make more money than a few NBA players, but we make more money than all the WNBA players. Okay. It's not that they're just underpaid, which is probably true. It's the fact that this opportunity that we have here with the Green Organics family of companies, this opportunity is not limited by your height or your weight or your color or your speed, or can you sing or not, or can you act? Okay. Are you funny? Can you be a stand-up comedian? None of that affects your ability to earn with these companies. It is truly an even playing field. The computer algorithm doesn't care where you were born. It doesn't care if you were a single mom or single dad or a widow. It doesn't care, or it doesn't care about any of that. The algorithm is what it is. And when you understand that, you're going to do a lot better and you understand why we make the money that we make because there are no glass ceilings here. Everybody's on an equal field. We all have opportunity to the same computer, the same Facebook, the same products, the same pay plan, and the same customer service. Period, point blank, end of story. The number one indicator in your success is you. Okay, that being said, the second step in understanding the 2x15 community revenue bonus that we call the matrix is to learn. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a profession. Are you ready, willing, and able to learn? Are you ready, willing, and able to take some time out of your day? All right, like we talked about last night, are you ready, willing, and able to take some time out of your day so you can actually learn some new skills? Okay, when you mowing the lawn or when you washing dishes, can you just cut on an audio or a skills video or a Zoom and just hit play and listen to it in the background over and over again? You're going to learn even if it's through osmosis. It'll take you longer than an active learner, but at the same time, if you don't have a lot of time, you can take the time that you spend driving, stop listening to the latest, country song or the latest rock and roll or rap album. You can simply replace that with personal development and network marketing skills, and you can cut a lot of time off your growth curve, but you will have to learn if you want to make professional money. Okay. You will have to learn some skills. Are you okay with becoming a product of the product and learning some skills? Put a number 1 in the chat if you're willing to ready, willing, and able to do those two things. Okay. Number 3, this is one of my favorite parts. This is where the rubber hits the road. This is when all the excuses come at. Okay. This is when people really who have the potential to be great don't become great right here. This is one of my favorite parts. And this is going to be +2. Why? Because in order to truly in order to make money with this particular pay plan, you can retail one product and you'll get your 25-cent fast start and you'll be qualified for the community revenue bonus and you'll get the build and earn bonus. And you'll get residual income whenever that person reorders a product. Now, that being said, if you really want to unlock the full power of the pay plan though, okay, you're going to need to sponsor at least 2 people who are willing to do what you did. Now, if you're a 10 BV person, you're probably going to sponsor 10 BV people. That's perfectly fine. If you're a 100 BV person, you're going to sponsor either 50 or 100 BV per people, and that's what we're going to recommend. Okay. That being said, you're going to have to take the skills that you learned here and apply them so that you can sponsor 2 people at the same level that you're at. All right. We don't want to take these skills and then not use them. We want to take what we learned. We want to take that knowledge and apply that knowledge to sponsor 2 people. Okay. We want to sponsor 2 people. For example, Tommy Waldron. Tommy's made a couple $1,000s with us so far, and Tommy's already sponsored his 2 people. Okay, whoever they are, Tommy sponsored them. Okay, he plugged in, he learned the skills, and he got to work. Okay, that's just how it works. We got Jessica Hill. Jessica Hill's made a couple $1,000s with us. Jessica didn't know, some skills. I mean, she had some information, obviously, but when she joined, she learned some skills, came to an event, read some books, listened to some audios, and now she's sponsored 2 or more people, okay, and she's made a couple $1,000s, okay? It's just how it works. But you will have to sponsor 2 people at some point in your career. I know you may not know how to do it yet, but as we said before, you didn't know how to tie your shoes, and you learned. You didn't know how to use a cell phone, but you learned. You didn't know how to drive stick or even drive automatic, but you learned. I didn't know how to drive the Tesla, the one that drives itself. I didn't even know how to start the car. But you better believe I stayed in that parking lot at the dealership till I figured out how to do it. I mean, not the dealership. I didn't buy the Tesla. I rented it at the rental car dealership. You better believe I stayed in the rental car parking lot till I figured it out. Just stayed right there. MJ was like, I was like, I'm gonna figure this out. don't look up no YouTube videos or nothing. I'm gonna figure this out. Okay. So you learn new skills. Some of y'all still don't know how to cook, but some of you who learned how to cook, you weren't born knowing how to cook. You learned. Some of y'all who play sports, you weren't born knowing how to play sports. You might have been a little bit taller or a little bit faster because of genetics, but you didn't know how to play. You learn the skills. You got to learn how to play this game. And when you learn, you got to go out and score 2 points. Okay, so how many people think that if you use the products and love the products and you took the time to learn the skills, okay, do you think that you could sponsor two people? All right. And then the last step, once you sponsor those two people, do you think you can teach them to do what you did, which is what? Join at the product amount that suits them, learn the same stuff you already learned, watch the same videos you watch, read the same books you read, get on the same Zooms you get on, okay? So that they can sponsor out of all the people that they know, they can sponsor two people. And then last but not least, to teach them what? The same stuff they just did. And the cycle repeats again. Ladies and gentlemen, when you look at those four questions, I want to ask you, do you think that you could answer yes to every one of those questions? Could I become a product of the product on a monthly basis on auto ship? Could I watch some videos or some audios or VHS or an audio tape or read a book? Could I learn some skills from people who already know what they're doing? Could I sponsor two people out of the 2,000 people I know on Facebook? Could I use those skills to properly prospect and invite and identify at least two people out of the 2,000 or 3,000 people I know who want to make extra money? Do you think I could do that? And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, do you think that you could teach those people to do the things that you've already done? If you answer yes to those four questions, put yes in the chat. If not, put no in the chat, and I want to see which one you think you'd have trouble with. Okay, let's see. Put a yes in the chat if you think you could answer, if you can do all four of those things, and put a no in the chat if you can't. I just want to kind of see what we're working with. Okay. Anybody who puts no, I want you to be honest and put no so we can identify what the issue is. But I think we're good. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to draw this out and wrap this up. I know we've been on here a little bit long. Okay. And this is going to be on a monthly basis. Okay. So if we have month 1, month 2, month 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, this is going to be for people who are just at the executive, the bronze, or the silver level. We're not even going to talk about right now the type of money that you get at gold and platinum and diamond. Okay, just understand that. But just know if you are gold or platinum or above, you get extra money. Okay, that we are not going to talk about today for time purposes, but all that extra money is right there. Okay, so this is just going to apply for the relatively new people who are bronze and silver. This is not going to apply for the gold and whatnot. And now your first month in the business, let's say you sponsored your two people. Let's say you got this done your first month in the business, and those two people are going to be at the same amount of auto ship a month that you are. That is going to be 100 BV for this particular month, okay? And remember, once we calculate the check, I'll put the check amount right here. Once we calculate the check amount, if you're a 10 BV person, I'm going to show you how to calculate the amount of your check if you build this business at 10 BV or 20 or 50. But we're going to use 100 for easy math because that's where most of us leaders are at, and that is where all the money is. But again, you may not be there yet, but you can always upgrade at any time, and that's okay. Now, that being said, but again, I'm gonna buy $100 worth of black seed oil, soap, and deodorant like it's going out of style. That's not even a question. That's not even a question for my household, okay? But that being said, you're gonna go to 2 there. Now, these brand 2 new people that joined, let me see if we have some people on the chat. Let's use Jessica and Tina for this example. Let's say, for example, you sponsor Jessica and Tina. And Jessica and Tina, we'll put a little J and a little T right there. Those are your 2 people, and you never sponsored anyone else, but you got the right people at the right time. Okay? Jessica and Tina, their first month in the business, are going to start learning and use their products on a monthly basis. Okay? In their second month in the business, Jessica and Tina are going to take what they learned, sponsor their first 2 people, and then they're going to start teaching them to do what they've already done, which is what? Use your products in their first month and learn in their first month. So you're going to have 2 new people join Jessica and 2 new people join Tina. So in your second month in business, your organization now has an additional 400 BV coming in on level 2. Okay, if that makes sense, put a 1 in the chat. If that makes sense, put a 1 in the chat. Let me see who's tracking. Okay, just put that in the chat. Little 1 in the chat if that first thing makes sense. All right. Now, the third month, remember, you've already sponsored your 2 people, Jessica and Tina. You're not going to sponsor anyone else. Now, I don't recommend that you don't continue to work, but in theory, this is how projections work. It could happen this way. I've seen it happen this way for a couple people. It just made me kind of sad because they quit working way too early and made off like gangbusters. So it could work this way. That being said, these 4 brand new people in their first month, which is your second month, they are using the products and they're learning. Okay? They're learning. And after they learn the basics, in their second month, which is your third month, they are going to sponsor their 2 people. Okay? So you're going to have a grand total of 8 new people at 100 BV in your organization. Okay, and that process is going to continue. I don't want you to overcomplicate it. I don't want you to start to think, oh, I got to go create a bunch of click funnels and I got to go build 27 new websites and I got to go buy $30 billion worth of online advertising and Facebook ad. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just 2 people. If out of all the people you know from work and church and the gym and the neighborhood and your neighbors and the barbershop and the post office, if you don't know 2 people who want to make extra money and lose weight or make money and be healthy or lose or make money and have better sleep, I don't really think I think you're overcomplicating this business. I'm going to just be honest with you. And for all you married couples, y'all only looking for one person because your spouse better be somebody on your team. All right. I ain't trying to wreck no homes, but I'd be looking at people real crazy if you shared the house with me and you ain't trying to be in this business. That sounds crazy to me. Maybe I don't know how y'all doing it out there. All right. That being said, these 8 people are going to use their product and learn their first month, and then in their second month, they're going to use what they learned to sponsor 2 people apiece, and you're going to be helping them do it with phone calls and the occasional Facebook Live and maybe some text messages or whatnot because they're building their business, but you're going to be benefiting from that as well. So all I'm going to do right now is draw 32 people right here because that's how many new people joined your organization. 64 people, okay, joined in month 6. And I'm going to ask, is everybody tracking? Put a 1 in the chat if you're tracking. Okay, put a 2 in the chat if you don't understand. Yeah, Tina said she is 100%. The spouse's business partner, Jessica, same thing. I got you. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, yeah, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. All right, it's making sense. Perfect. All right, good. Now that you're tracking, you should be able to easily determine what is the number, okay, for month 7. So let me ask y'all some questions, and I want you to answer as best you can so we can wrap this up. How many people should be joining the organization in month 7 if you're tracking? Put in the chat. How many people should be joining the organization in month 7 based on these projections? And just know we've built teams of thousands of people these last few months. I think our best month was 700 business builders, 700 people joined in a month who wanted to really, really work the business. Let me see. What is the numbers? Yes, 128. Perfect. So y'all got it. 128. Okay. Now, if we continue to build it out, and this is all going to be just projections. I love this type of stuff because I love the math. All right. It's a little bit of green personality type in me right there. 24, 2048, 4096. Now, right here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you another question. Okay, yes or no? Does it make sense how we got to 4,096 people on level 12 in 12 months? Just put yes or no if it makes sense. Okay, just put yes or no. Does it make sense to how we got to 4,096 people? Let me see if y'all can make sure you can see that. I see a little bit of glare there. Let's see if we can get that glare out of there. There we go. Okay. That should be less glare for y'all. Okay. All right, so I see a lot of yeses. So everybody understands how you get to 4,096, okay? Now here's the thing with 4,096. That is just going to be on level 12 after 12 months. And if we were to add all of these numbers up, okay, if we were to add all of these up, which I'm going to do very quickly, it's going to come to like 8,190. I'm pretty sure that's the number, 8,190. I'm not going to use the calculator for that. I'm still look for it. I'll need a calculator later. But I'm pretty sure it's 8,190. Okay. Now, that being said, we have 8,190 people in the organization. Okay. 8,190. Out of those 8,190 people, this is 12 months later, so this is going to be October of 2025. You have 8,190 people in the organization, and they all are buying 100 BV of products that they're going to use on a monthly basis. So that number is going to equal 8,019. Okay, so the volume that your team is turning in is $819,000 a month in volume. Okay, now I'm going to ask you, does that, yes, that's if everyone is doing their part exactly. Now here's the point. The reason why it could still play out exactly like this, great point, Miriam, is because one of these people might quit. Okay, sounds good to me because we have people, all right, like a Richard Fritzler, we have people like a Shauna Jackson who are going to sponsor 10, 15, or 20 people. So the reason it plays out is because the cream always rises to the top. I'm totally okay with one or two people quitting. I understand that there are people like Marcellus Mack who will sponsor 27 people in a day, which he did. I'm totally comfortable with people like Jessica Hill who are going to go above and beyond. Roz Mayo, who's going above and beyond. Tommy Waldron is never going to stop recruiting. Coach Marcus Jones has sponsored over 100 people in this business, over 1,000 people in his career. I'm totally fine with some people not doing their part simply because there are people who will go above and beyond every single time. And I'm one of those people, okay? And we're door three people. Remember the three doors? Door three people are going to carry their weight and the weight of a lot of other people that'll never become successful, all right? So that being said, here's my question. Make sure that this makes sense, all right? 819,000 in volume, and let's be frank, you only sponsored two people. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to calculate. All right. We're going to calculate the amount that you're going to make on that monthly basis. All right. And in order to do that, we are going to multiply 819,000 in volume times 0.03, which is the matrix. All right. And your check that month is going to be $24,570. And that is only going to be for people, okay, that's only going to be for people who are at 100 BV, who build the organization in theory. Okay, so just understand that is not including the fast star bonus that you get. That's not including the rank advancement, the profit share pools that you get as well. This is just one way we get paid, the community revenue bonus, what we call the matrix. Now, again, I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to make any money. We work really hard. You might join and not work hard. So you might join and not make any money, but we do. Okay. So $24,000 a month. Now, if you want to not do the 100 BV, you say, well, that's a little bit out of my budget. I really want to do the 10 BV because that's at 100 BV. I want to do 10 BV because I need to figure out, this is all I got. And I'm like, hey, whatever works for you, buddy. And you're going to figure it out. Okay. The guy went to the pawn shop. He pawned some stuff. He came back with a $20 bill. He put it on a green dot debit card to start his business. Okay. So if he had 10 BV and you duplicate that throughout your organization, your check would be on a monthly basis after 1 year. It'll be almost $2,500. Okay. Well, what if I was at the 50 BV or the 20 BV, because that's a good price. It sure is. At 20 BV, you'll be at 2,400 times two. You'll be at almost $5,000 a month, give or take. Okay, about 2,900 and change. And then last but not least, our most popular plan, if you're at the 50 BV a month and you really build this, you're going to look at your 100 BV, you're going to cut that in half, and that'll put you at around 12,200, something to that effect. Okay. So just understand, ladies and gentlemen, no matter how much you get started at, you can build yourself. And thank you, Jessica. This is just the matrix pay. This is not counting all the other way you get paid. If you want to come in at the 10 BV, or ladies and gentlemen, we forgot about this one. Even the 5 BV, we have a 5 BV option. That'll get you about $1,200 a month. That's enough for most people's mortgages, okay? Or a luxury car. You want a really nice car, you want a $100,000 car, that's going to be about $1,000 a month, ladies and gentlemen. You can join this company for 5 BV with just a stick of deodorant on a monthly basis. Just help two people replace their deodorant, and you'll be making $1,200 a month just in the matrix, okay? And you'd be able to pay for, your $1,000 luxury car for free. Just let the company pay for it, and all you did was build with a 5 BV package, which is basically, I think, like $7.95 plus tax and shipping. So as big as you want to go, as little as you want to go, you can make as much as possible. And don't think that the $24,000 a month is the limit, because remember, we did not talk about all that income at the levels of gold, platinum, or diamond. We didn't even discuss that for time purposes. So this is just for people up to silver who understand 100 BV. But even if you never did 100 BV, you could still get up to $12,200, if not more. And Will, why do you say more? Because this is my organization and I'm a 100 BV person. So most of the people I personally sponsor are either 100 BV or 50 BV. Okay. Just understand this. I saw several people. I think one day earlier this month, I saw at least 7 orders that came in through the organization that were for over 200 BV. One was for 400 BV, several were for 200 to 250, some were even for 400 BV. Okay, I saw higher orders. Now here's the thing: these orders don't have to be 100 BV; they could be 200 BV. Some of these orders could be 1,000 BV. It just depends on how much product people are getting. That's going to make these numbers go way up. But hear me clearly, okay? The only one of these BV amounts that is going to pay the full amount in the matrix for orders over 100 BV is the 100 BV. Okay? It's the 100 BV. All right? And that's very, very fair, because what you don't want is a person who joins at 5 BV, okay, to be being paid from 1,000 BV orders that they did not personally generate. They're simply not putting into the pay plan enough, and they're taking out way too much, but they're not contributing as much as other people. Now, a lot of other companies are going to let that ride. A lot of other companies are going to think that that's great. Okay, but I tell you what, a lot of other companies haven't been open as long as the Green Organic Family companies, because they don't understand a fair, balanced pay plan that's aggressive. A lot of companies have aggressive pay plans, but the pay plans are either not fair and aggressive, and if they're fair and aggressive, they're not balanced. Okay, the company has to make a certain amount of money and incentivize the proper behavior. The customers have to get a great deal and great products that work, and the people that are doing the work in the field, ladies and gentlemen, have to be paid as well. It has to be a fair, aggressive, and balanced pay plan, and I simply have not seen another fair, balanced, and aggressive pay plan like this one. So this is what we're going to close up with, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about 2 more things, and that's a wrap. I'm sure everybody's got a busy schedule. I know I do. And it's going to be this. Let's very quickly talk about the check match. Okay, and this is going to be for GoDesana. We'll talk about the HBN check match tomorrow. Okay, the GoDesana check match, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be based on the matrix. Okay, so let's say, for example, you sponsored Lori McDonald and you sponsored Rasan Owens. Okay, and let's say that Rasan and Lori both build out the company exactly like we just taught, and they are going to be making the $24,000 a month in the matrix. Okay, and it's actually more than 24,000, but let's just say they're making $24,000 a month each in the matrix. So that's how much Lori's making, and that's how much Rasan is making. They're making $24,000, okay, on a monthly basis just from the matrix. They're making more money than that, but just from the matrix, okay? Now, if you sponsored them, ladies and gentlemen, even if that's the only 2 people you ever sponsored, if that's the only 2 people that you ever sponsored in the history of ever, okay, please understand that you're going to get 10% of their community revenue bonus match. So you're not going to get their money, they're going to get their money. But the company is going to reward you with the check match on a weekly basis. Whenever they get paid, you get paid. And that check match for you is going to be $2,400 per person. Okay, you're going to get 10%. So every single time that Lori and Rasan get their $2,400, this is even if you didn't build a really, really big business, but they did, okay, you're going to be receiving just in check match $4,800. Okay, plus some additional stuff in the unilevel part of the pay plan that we didn't talk about. That'll get you to $5,000 a month pretty easily. Okay, that'll get you to $5,000 a month just in the check match. That's not even counting your matrix. Okay, it's not even counting your fast start. It's not even counting the unilevel residual income, the other bonuses that we have, the monthly recruiting contest that we've been doing. Doesn't count any of that. Okay, so 10%. Now, ladies and gentlemen, once you get up, okay, into the gold level of the pay plan, this is all bronze and silver. You're going to get that 10%. It's very, very powerful. Let me give you one more example. Okay, let's say, for example, you sponsor someone who is on the level of a Marcus Jones, and let me explain how that works. You may sponsor Bob. Bob knows absolutely nothing, and you're brand new, so you don't know anything. But you plug Bob into the event. Bob goes to Las Vegas. Bob is on the Zooms. He's on the Facebook Live. He's on the Hangouts. Bob is reading the books. Bob is buying hundreds of dollars of product a month. Bob is learning from Coach Marcus Jones, Coach Kimberly, Coach Tina. He's learning from people who are really good, even if you aren't. Okay? Well, here's what's going to happen. Bob could very well go on to become $1 million earner with this company. And because of the way the pay plan works, the bulk of that is going to come from the community revenue bonus. Let me put this in perspective. So over his career, and one day it'll be on an annual basis, Bob is making $1 million a year in network marketing. Now we know that this is not difficult as far as top tier people are concerned. It's just a matter of time and effort, but it's not a gamble. It's not a percentage. People often ask, well, how much does the average person make at GoDesana or HBN? I don't know because I've never sponsored the average person. I believe people are exceptional. I believe people that they're going to do exactly what they came here to do. But Will, isn't it the case that only the people at the top make all the money? Well, actually, no, that's not true at all. I've been involved in several network marketing companies, and I can tell you personally, I have never, not even one time, I have never seen anyone who is the first person who joined the company. I've never seen them as the top earner ever. Okay, with HBN, it's like that. With GoDesana, it's like that. The top person who's ever joined the company has never been the top earner at any company I've ever been a part of. So I'm not sure where that unfortunate myth came from, but we like to dispel it with, proper education. But let's say, for example, someone becomes $1 million earner that you sponsored even if you didn't train them, okay? You're going to get 10% in a check match, okay? So if they're making $1 million a year, you're going to be making $100K a year, okay, just from the check match for sponsoring one person, all right? Lord forbid you sponsored two, okay? That's just from one person. You're going to be making $100,000 a year from sponsoring one person who took this thing to the level that we're going to right now. The other thing is, if you happen to really work and hit the gold level rank, your 10% is going to go to 20%. If you take it to the platinum level, okay, it's not going to be 25% check match. And for people who hit the level of diamond and want to work hard to maintain that until everybody's on auto ship forever, like Kenya and Miss Charlotte just did, your check match at the diamond level is 50%. So what does that mean? It means if you sponsor a person who goes on to become $1 million earner, ladies and gentlemen, on an annual basis, you are even going to make $500,000 a year in check match. Even if it took them 3 or 4 years, 5 years, 6 years in order to make this million, if you're a diamond, you're still going to get roughly 500,000 of that. Why? Because the bulk of the money comes from the matrix, the community revenue bonus, and we're going to build it like that on purpose because that's what the pay plan indicates. That 500,000 that can buy most houses by you sponsoring the one right person. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is why we really, really advocate for you to learn the skills Because when you learn the skills, it makes it easier for you to sponsor people. Okay? It makes it easier for you to talk to people when you learn the skills. We really recommend that you watch the videos and you develop the mindsets. Why? Because when you have the right mindsets, you're motivated and you take action because you know what's at stake. You know that some of you could have sponsored me into your business. Okay? But you didn't. Somebody else did. Okay? You got to really think about there are people out there right now who are the next generation of incredible network marketers. But if you don't have the desire, the mindset, or the skill sets to get out, identify, and talk to those people and answer their questions, or even send them a video, you're not going to do exceptionally well. Okay? You're going to feel bad when those people join, which they will. Okay? So the last thing that we'll share with you, ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap this up, okay, yep, we are definitely over time by at least 15, 20 minutes. Is going to be the SAP bonus. This is really, really cool. This is just a benefit to put some very quick money into the hands of people who are using our most popular package, 50 BV, or possibly the 100 BV package. Okay, so we're going to very quickly share the SAP bonus, and it's going to be based on what we just talked about. So if this is you, and you're at 100 BV, okay? You're at 100 BV. But let's say, for example, you sponsor some people who are at 50 BV, and this is not a problem at all. You can even be at 50 BV here to get some of this money, but not all of it, okay? So you sponsor Lori and Rasan. Lori and Rasan are going to come in at 50 BV. Well, that's really great because you're going to get Fast Start. That's $12.50 a piece. So you're going to go ahead and get $25 because that's $12.50 times two. Okay. But also you're going to get an additional $20 bonus. And that is going to be the bonus that we talked about. So you get your Fast Start, you get your Matrix. So you've been paid twice already. You get your Fast Start, you get your Matrix. Okay. But you're also going to get your build and share pool. But you're also going to get a SAP bonus that you've been paid 4 times already. Okay, you get that additional $20. Now, when Lori and Rasan duplicate and they sponsor their 4 people, okay, you're going to have 4 new people join, all at the 50 BV level. That's 100 is even more. And now Lori and Rasan are going to get their $20 bonus. Okay, but you are going to get a $30 bonus. But Will, I didn't even do anything. Well, I know, but that's the nature of residual income. You sponsored Lori and Rasan and trained them. So when they work, the computer wants to reward you because they wouldn't be here without you. They wouldn't be trained without you. So the computer algorithms are going to reward them. These 4 brand new people are going to be trained by the system. They're going to sponsor 8 new people with levels. They're going to sponsor 8 new people on level 3. Lori and Rasan are now going to get a $30 bonus on top of the 50, on top of their Fast Start and everything else. But you are going to get a $50 bonus. But Will, you mean to tell me I get a $20 bonus and a $30 bonus and a $50 bonus for $100? That basically takes care of my monthly fee. Yep, it sure does. But Will, didn't I also get $25 in Fast Start? You sure did. But Will, didn't I also get X amount of dollars in Matrix like you just talked about? You sure did. So Will, you mean to tell me when I sponsor 2 people who duplicate, not once but twice, just 2 more levels down, you mean to tell me I'm running a profitable business? My auto ship is covered even if I'm buying over $100 a product a month? Yes, exactly. Okay, but the SAP bonus doesn't stop there. The SAP bonus, which is also in your back office, by the way, when these 8 people sponsor their 2 people at a minimum 50 BV, ladies and gentlemen, Lori and Rasan are going to get that $50 bonus. They're excited. This level person gets the $20 bonus and the $30 bonus. These folks just got their $20 bonus. Everybody's making money. And then you're going to get a $100 bonus on top of the 100 that you already got. So you got your Fast Start, okay? You got your check match that we talked about, but you're going to get a $20 bonus, a $30 bonus, a $50 bonus, which is $100, plus another $100 bonus. So now you are up to $200 in bonuses just from this piece of the pay plan, and that doesn't count your matrix, your Fast Start, your check match, your rank advancement, or your profit sharing pools, or your MRP. This is phenomenal, okay? And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, when these 16 people duplicate the same blueprint that we just talked about 5 minutes ago, those 32 people, okay, you are now going to get an additional bonus of $150 on top of the 200 you already got. So if you take the 300, that's $350 right there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Even if you're sponsoring people at the 50 BV level, okay, you're still going to be getting a lot of extra money there. If you're at the 100 BV level like us, you're going to be at $500 in profit simply because when you sponsor people who are at 100 BV, you're getting $25 a person in Fast Start. When you add that $25 a person for Lori and Rasan, that's going to equal $50. So all you do is add the $50, okay, to the $350 that you just got from the program. But so you're already up to $400 right there. Once you add the matrix commissions, which are a lot higher for 100 BV than they are 50 or 5, okay? When you add those matrix commissions on Monday, okay, and then you add the check match, which is based on the matrix commissions, okay, you will be over $500 in profit on a monthly basis, okay? Now, I don't know about you, but $500 in profit on a monthly basis is enough to get almost anybody to take a look at a video about the products of the company to see if they want to get started with it. $500 a month profit is the proper foundation for growth. Well, Will, what happens when I sponsor 2 more people? Is it going to open up a level 6? No, the computer's going to do something even better. After this is filled, the computer is going to open up a whole new grid where you can take the next 2 people, once this is full, by the way, and you can sponsor Will and Marcus, just like you had Lori and Rasan. And the cycle will repeat itself. You can get these bonuses all over again, okay? So just understand how powerful that really is, okay? So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I know that was a lot of information to cover today. You're probably going to need to watch that a couple of times. If you understood at least 80% of the information and you feel like if you watch the replay a couple times, it'll get easier for you, put a 1 in the chat. If you're totally lost, got on late, have no idea what's going on, put a 2 in the chat. Okay. All right. So that's the two things we have. If you super confused, just got on, don't know what's going on, you probably need to watch this from the beginning. Okay, check it out. But for those of you who got on, you were here with us, you understand what's here, and you think that you can get a lot better at it by watching the replay, okay, please do me a favor and put a 1 in the chat just so that I know that for today, my job is done, just for today. Okay, I see a lot of 1s in there. That's what I need to see. Let's see some more. How many people really got this thing kind of figured out? Okay, good. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Will Sanders. We will catch you on the next one. Thank you so much, and y'all have a good night.